Alright guys, I'm going to show you another leftover makeover today. This one is a breakfast leftover makeover. So we have this pimento dip from Rebel Cheese, and I'm going to use this to make breakfast tacos. So I went ahead and cooked 4 big sweet potatoes. I just washed them really good, stabbed them with a fork, and microwaved them until they were nice and soft. And then I just roughly cut them up into chunks, and I'm going to air fry them. I'm going to coat them in this harissa seasoning. Alright, and we're setting this to 425 for 20 minutes. Right now in a saucepan, I have a very large saucepan on medium heat. I'm going to add in 2 bags of these fire roasted bell peppers and onions. Alright, and here's the sausages I'm going to be using. I'm using the field roast, apple, and sage because that's what I have to use today. And I'm just going to cut these up into little chunks. So I'll cut each sausage in half lengthwise, and then I'll cut it again lengthwise, and then I'll chop them. So just cut it lengthwise here, and we're going to flip it over and cut it lengthwise again. And then we're just going to chop it into little pieces. After you're done chopping up all the sausage, we're just going to add it to the pan with the peppers and onions. Alright, go ahead and mix that all together, and we're just going to let this cook down until your peppers and onions, all that extra moisture has cooked out. Alright, so we've got some nice color developing on the peppers, onions, and the sausage. So we're going to go ahead and take this out of the pan. I'm going to put it in a bowl off to the side. We're going to use the same pan. We're not going to wash it or anything, and we're going to use it for the tofu scramble portion. Now we're going to get our 2 blocks of super firm tofu, and we are going to cut these open and drain any liquid that's inside. Now I added about a half a cup of water into here to help deglaze the pan. We are going to really use all that flavor because we're not using any oil. Now we're just going to take our tofu and we're just going to crumble it inside of here. Alright, and now we're going to add our tofu egg seasoning. If you guys haven't seen my tofu egg hack, there is a recipe to make this on here. It's basically nutritional yeast, turmeric, salt, black salt, pepper, garlic powder, onion powder. So basically, and a little bit of paprika too. So you can season this however you want, and you can add as little or as much as the tofu egg seasoning as you want. I usually go like really generous with it. If I had to measure, I would probably say like, I don't know, 4 tablespoons, 1/4 a cup of seasoning. The majority of my seasoning is nooch, so if yours varies, you might want to not add too much, but this is good for me. This was about a 1/4 a cup of my seasoning blend. Now we're going to let this cook for just a minute. Just cook down for like, I don't know, cook it on medium for about 5 minutes. And then after that, we're going to add in our pimento cheese. Yes, we're just going to mix it right in with the tofu, and we're going to cook it all together. Alright, and this is what we're looking for. I've got a little bit of color happening on the tofu. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to use a rubber spatula. Okay, we're going to just mix in all of that pimento dip until it's all mixed in with the tofu. So really what it's doing is it's making our tofu creamier by adding in that cheese. So like if you like a more creamy egg scramble situation, this is a really good hack for that. Alright, so now that that's cooking away, I'm going to go ahead and add in my spinach. I've got just a little bit of spinach, so we're just going to go ahead and throw all that in here. And normally I would add more spinach. This is just all I have. It is going to wilt down into practically nothing. So if you don't love spinach, you won't even really taste this. Alright, so once your tofu is nicely cooked, a little bit of browning, I'm going to go ahead and add back in my sausage and pepper onion mixture. And we're going to go ahead and mix that together and just really incorporate it, because this is basically the last step after those sweet potatoes are done cooking that we need to do. And that is what it's looking like. We're going to go ahead and turn the heat off. Alright, now I'm going to show you guys how to assemble these breakfast tacos. So I put a layer of the sweet potato in the bottom, and then we're just gonna pop on some of that delicious scramble we made. Oh my goodness, does that not look delightful, guys? Now this will be good just as it is, but if you want to take it over the top, I have this Cholula chili crisp here. Just take some of that on and drizzle that on top, or you could use sriracha. I like that too. And there we go. There is our leftover makeover breakfast tacos.